Welcome to Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about Mount Olives. It's a famous prayer in a well-known place. On the side of the Mount of Olives, we will discover that Jesus went and prayed one of his prayers that has become so well known across the world. It's his prayer that happens in the Garden of Gethsemane. But the Mount of Olives, you need to know this. It's a hillside mountain that's right outside the city of Jerusalem. So from the top, if you're standing on the top of the Mount of Olives, you can see down into Jerusalem and you can see the temple. So I've actually been able to stand on the Mount of Olives and you truly, with your eyes, can see that's the city center. There's the wall. There's the temple. You can visualize it standing on the top. Well, looking down at the city, Jesus tells his disciples all that is about to happen soon in the final days of his life and in the days to come. And keep in mind, Jesus could actually see the very locations that he would travel on his final days, where he would have the Passover, where he would have the trial, where he would soon be crucified. He could see it as he's speaking these things. So looking over Jerusalem, Jesus gives his disciples these warnings and reminders. And at the end of his teachings, here's what he's going to say in Matthew 26, verses 1 and 2. It says, when Jesus had finished saying all of these things on the Mount of Olives, he said to his disciples, as you know, the Passover meal is 2 days away, and the Son of Man will be handed over to be crucified. So Jesus, after he gives these warnings and these statements to the disciples on the top of the Mount of Olives, they soon head down to have the Passover meal together, and that's known as the Last Supper, how you and I know about it, where he breaks the bread and passes the wine. And then Jesus is going to return to kind of the base of the Mount of Olives, to the side of the Mount of Olives called the Garden of Gethsemane. They're right next to each other. And listen to this well-known prayer of Jesus. It's what we need to pay attention to about the Mount of Olives. It's found in Matthew 26, verses 36 through 39. It says this. It says, then Jesus went with his disciples to a place called Gethsemane, remember, right near the Mount of Olives. And he said to them, sit here while I go over there and pray. He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. This is Jesus. And then Jesus said to them, my soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me. When you hear the Mount of Olives, I want you to remember it is the place that Jesus prepared and warned his followers for the last time before his arrest, his death, and his crucifixion. It is also the place where he prayed in the garden on that night before he was arrested, tried, and crucified. The Mount of Olives, it's a place where Jesus prepared his followers, this is important, with both words and examples. So will you remember the truths of Jesus? And will you and I, as followers of him, which remember is an invitation that's open to all people, especially you listening right now, will we follow God's example in prayer? When things are overwhelmed, when we feel full of sorrow, when we're not sure about the days to come, when we feel the pressure of the unknown, will we remember what Jesus said and what he did on the Mount of Olives? Will we turn to the Father in prayer? Think about this truth and the example of Jesus, the words he said and the way he lived, who showed us these words and actions on the Mount of Olives. And as we do, we're gonna learn how to navigate difficult circumstances, the unknown, and maybe for you, you're standing at the eve of an intense season coming up. A season full of unknown, or a season that you know is going to be hard. It's going to be a hard push at work on projects, or this is a difficult time of year for people in your family, or this is a difficult time of year for you and your family. What would it look like on the eve of transition, on the eve of something new and something hard? What if we remember the words of Jesus and we follow his example? We go and we spend time in prayer before God, in community. We pour out our soul no matter how hard or how heavy or how frustrating. And we trust God like Jesus showed us. The Mount of Olives, it's where Jesus showed us with his words and his examples how to continue to follow him. We'll see you next time.